Hello everyone and welcome to another video on Cookierun Tower of Adventures with Alzurai Galcon. And in this video I'm going to talk about the changes that devsisters will add in the future and also some of the recent changes that devsisters put in this game. And also I'm going to talk about my experience playing this game within the last 3 weeks or so. And if you like this kind of content, then be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell so you won't miss out anything that I put on this channel. Everything is free, you don't need to pay, and by subscribing you make this channel grow and flourish even more, which makes me happy so I can create more content for you to watch. So with the update that is coming within the next few days, I'm currently speedrunning my way through the entire story in the normal difficulty. And I've actually beaten every single stages and obtaining 3 stars in all of those stages. Ooh, by the way, enjoy this background video as I play through the Chapter 2 for the first time. And in my archive, I've actually collected the playthrough of Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 for the first time. So if you are interested in seeing me playing the Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 for the first time, then comment down below in the comment section. I would love to hear it. And also I've managed to record me fighting all of the bosses in this game, at least from Chapter 1 all the way to Chapter 7. And that video is going to be released soon enough. So yeah, let's talk about the changes that will be appearing soon enough in the next update. And the first one is actually quite a big one, and that is how the equipment is obtained during the raid mode. So you might have realized that the video that I made on the raid boss against all of the bosses, I didn't manage to get any super epic or unique weaponaries. This complaint is simply the biggest complaint that we have in the community with this game, and I'm happy that devsisters decided to change it with Choco Drops Blessing, because Big Mac actually talks about this in the recent live stream, that the director of this game, Mr. Eddie, used around like 200 raid tickets and didn't manage to get a single super epic or unique equipments. So yeah, after that kind of experience, the game director was just like, yeah, I'm going to change this. And it might be the time that I finally got even more of super epic, because in my inventory there is only one super epic that I got, and none of the inventories that I have, regardless of the weapons, armor, all that sort of stuff, has the unique level. So yeah, I really hope that this change will brought a better luck for me. And considering the fact that I'm consistently at the rank 3 difficulty in terms of raid mode, yeah, this might be a chance for me indeed. And the second change that they brought into the raid mode is the addition of the stage 5 difficulty. Me personally, I don't think that I will be joining this difficulty anytime soon, because my strongest cookie in my arsenal, which is Cream Soda Cookie, she only has around 23 to 25,000 power, so it looks like that I'm going to join the stage 3 difficulty in terms of raid mode for quite a while now, because the gap between stage 3 and stage 4 is quite huge. In stage 3 you need to have at least 12,000 power, while stage 4 requires you to have at least 28,000 power. The second change that the update will bring in raid mode is the substitution of the boss. So in this current boss you are fighting against the Banana Kong, and the next one it is going to be Cactuar. This is the boss that appeared in Chapter 2 of the main story. In my experience fighting against this boss in the story mode, I find it much easier compared to, let's say, Florets and Corn and Bark, even though that this boss has its own assistant. But once you knock out the assistant, then you can simply damage the boss all the way until the boss has no more health left. This update also introduced us with 2 brand new cookies. Well, when I say brand new, one of them is a well-known cookie in the community, and that is Mala Sauce Cookie. And in this game, as confirmed by Micmac, which is our community manager, she's going to be a rare class cookie. This is the first time ever that she is downgraded from epic to rare. This is not the first time we see that an epic cookie is being reduced to a rare class cookie. The first case, well, at least in my memory at the moment I record this video, it was Snow Sugar Cookie who got turned from epic into rare in CookieRun, which is Castle. And why is that the case? Well, I have no idea, and if anyone got any idea, then please let me know in the comment section down below. Or maybe Micmac actually watched this video? Well, it's a bit of a stretch, but I hope you can explain the reason why. And the second and final cookie that is going to be released in this update, it is going to be Lemon Zest Cookie. This is a cookie that also appeared in the beta, and when I see the gameplay of this character, I was like, oh my god, this character is so OP, I have to main it. And yeah, looks like I'm going to level up this cookie the moment this cookie came out, and expect a lots and lots of players who will use this cookie in the raid mode. Oh yeah, speaking of the story itself, this is the moment where we meet Rai Cookie for the first time. And just like in CookieRun Kingdom, she tries to find Chili Pepper Cookie because in the lore, Chili Pepper Cookie is a thief that likes to steal treasures. But currently, she's getting a bounty for these hamsters. But yeah, that's the story that we know so far. Anyway, back to the recent changes, and one of the recent changes that I like was the change on the daily free gift. So previously, you only get 10,000 coins every time you purchase this daily free gift. Now you get randomized items and definitely worth more than just 10,000 coins. So I'm just going to leave it here, the things that they added, because there are plenty of them, and if you want to read all of them. And by the time you watch this video, it is most likely that all of those changes are being implemented in the game. And with that out of the way, I'm going to talk about the experience that I have with this game within the last 3 weeks or so. So, did I enjoy it? Absolutely. In fact, I've actually got around 5 or 6 more videos about this game that I haven't managed to record it yet. Although, there are a couple of things that I wanted devsisters to change, and the first thing is definitely the crystals. This game is unbelievably stingy when it comes to crystals. I mean, take a look at this. Currently, I have around 23,000 diamonds in my account. Now, if you play Oven Break or Kingdom, you know that that is not a lot of diamonds. But for Tower of Adventures, that's a lot. Especially for people like me who will never ever going to spend any money for this game. And the same thing can also be said to coins. 421,000 coins sounds like a lot, but trust me, if you have cookies that are level 50 or above, that is not a lot. I'm pretty sure that you can only take one upgrade for any equipment, and because the way the game is set up, you will have lots and lots of equipments equipped to each cookies, and the investment that is required is so much. Now compare this to CookieRun Oven Break, a game that I played, and it tells you a lot, doesn't it? I have so many diamonds and coins to the point I have no idea what to spend upon. Sure, you could argue that CookieRun Oven Break is a much older title. And yes, I would agree. But the thing is though, Cookieruntowerofadventures is still a brand new game. And while it is still a brand new game, don't you want more players to, play the game? Considering the fact that this game is barely 1 month old. And oh, by the way, I've actually leveled up to level 7. This means that a brand new feature of this game is unlocked, which is guilds. I'm going to talk about this feature in another video because currently this feature is a little bit lackluster. So, back to the topic at hand. What will be the solution? Well, we already have the solution, at least in CookieRun Oven Break, and that is with the Gem Exchange Center. So you might remember that back when this particular feature was added in CookieRun Oven Break, when Sugar Swan Cookie was released into the game, as well as Blue Slushy Cookie, people were complaining about this particular feature simply because there were hardly any things that we could actually buy. Then devsisters actually listened to our complaint and actually added way more stuff, which makes the feature one of, if not the best feature that CookieRun Oven Break has ever had. A problem for the solution, at least in my own opinion, is the fact that this requires even more coins, and as we know, coins in this game are really scarce. We all know that already, so I would love to hear your solutions for this particular problem in the comment section down below, and let's have a civil discussion about it. And yes, I know that devsisters actually know about this problem, and they say that the reason why they made it so expensive to upgrade the cookies is because, as well as the equipment, it is due to the fact they didn't want to make it too cheap. And by that I mean people will simply upgrade everything and then left the game. Which, yes, I do understand the problem, but I think the biggest problem is the fact that the insane price increase when you upgrade the cookies from level 1 to level 40, and then the gap between level 40 and level 60 is just so massive. And let's not forget about the price of upgrading the equipment as well. Yeah, I'm actually talking in a circle at this point, so yeah, I would love to hear your solutions in the comment section down below. Anyway, that concludes my experience in this game for the last 3 weeks or so. And oh yes, this is quite important. One thing that I like about this game also is the fact that not all the time you are fighting against monsters. Like for example in this level, you'll see in a bit why I like this part of the game. Oh yes, fun fact that I just found out the other day. See this loafy bread cat in the main menu screen? Apparently its name is Loafykins, and the official Twitter/X account of Cookieruntowerofadventures confirmed this. By the way, I do apologize if this project took way longer than it should have been. Anyway, with that out of the way, there is nothing left that I could say in this episode, so enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you are entertained in this particular video. The next video, it is going to be the Tower Reef game mode, and it is something that isn't available in the beta. And right after that, it is going to be the Glass Labyrinth, a game mode that had appeared in the beta, but it receives quite a lot of changes in the current version of Cookieruntowerofadventures. So do you remember a bit earlier that one of the reasons I like this game is because the stages itself are not just fighting against monsters, it is now about avoiding traps, and it requires precise timing. And there is going to be one of the stages that requires... oh, I just got a hit there. Anyway, where was I earlier? Oh yes, at some point in the future I'm going to make a video about 2 of those stages that currently the community regarded it as one of the most annoying stages in the entire game. And yeah, that is it from me. I have nothing left to say for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time. Enjoy the rest of this video, and bye for now, everyone. So yeah, this part of this video, this might be the only time that I show you Pistachio Cookie, simply because she's a rare class and all of the resources that I spend on this game is simply for the epic cookies that I have. And with Lemon Zest coming soon enough within the next patch, yeah, I don't think that I'm going to build her anytime soon. Oh yes, one thing that I simply forgot until the moment I record this video. There is one more category of stages in Cookierun Tower of Adventures, and that is the race towards the finish line kind of stages. If you actually play this game, then at some point in the future you will see these stages played out for you.